I want to, we've got just a few minutes left, and
I just want to make one other comment, comrade. That what we are looking at and have been looking at, especially in the African community for a while now, is the stuff that revolution is made of. I told you about a letter I just got from, George Morgan, this brother who's 50-some-odd years old and been in prison since 1968 or something for a murder he didn't commit. But the thing is, it happens all the time, every day. And even the offenses that people are, quote-unquote, guilty of has nothing to do with the kind of sentences they get. You got Chain Gang Charlie Chris here, who reintroduced the chain gang because it was in the brains. Everybody knew chain gang was associated with torture of African people in prisons. You got some clown, I think, in one of the Carolinas, who reintroduced stripes or striped, prison outfits because that's associated with Africans. You got the growing numbers of children being stuffed in the prison because they're essentially designed for African children because they know what happens to those children in the prison system. It's a part of the process of demoralization. It's all torture. It's all an offense against African people, and somebody should be getting shot for it. I mean, and the reality is that it is the stuff that revolution is made of. That's why they have to continue to falsify everything. That's why they have to continue to kiss up to a Barack Obama. I'm talking now about so-called revolutionaries, about so-called nationalists and what have you. In particular, I know why the ruling class needs him, but these other clowns who've pretended to be on our side all this time and now find themselves in the camp of smack dab in the camp of imperialism because of Obama, this is the kind of stuff that they are justifying and holding up. I just think it's necessary to say that revolution is the only way out of this. We're going to have to make a revolution, overturn this rotten, filthy system that's responsible for the oppression of Africans and everybody on this earth. It's got to go. It's not a question of whether Dick Cheney agreed to torture or something like that. It's what the whole system must necessarily do in order to stay afloat and how it must keep everybody else oppressed as a condition for its existence.
Yeah. Uhuru. Right on. That sums it up.
Yes. And about self-organization, of course, and this is the struggle that we have to make all the time. People come up to me all the time, they revolutionary this and they don't belong to any organization. They certainly aren't in the party and what have you. They don't belong to the African People's Solidarity Committee. They don't belong to the African Socialist International. They're not talking about getting organized. They just, revolutionaries, you know what I mean? They're people who got a good conversation at best. Organization, and even inside our own organization, the struggle for organization, the struggle, like to make our organization our organizations do what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Because this is not just some fraternity of people who kind of like each other, who like to wear the same clothing, etc. We're talking about changing the world and changing the future so that people can have one. So, these are the profound questions that we are confronted with. And even in our own ranks, I'm doing everything I can to flush them out and kick them out because we have to make a revolution and we have to build a revolutionary capacity. We have to build organizational capacity to make that happen.
Uhuru. Well, we are nearing the end of the program today, and I just want to say in closing that this is Uhuru Radio. This is where you need to be. This is where you need to be listening. We do this program as part of an overall process of changing the world. We don't just come on here and talk just for the sake of talking, but it's part of a process of changing the world because we understand that in order to change the world, we have to change the ideas in the heads of our people and of the people in the world. And so this is why we do the work that we do. This is why we broadcast Uhuru Radio as a part of this process of changing the world. And I want to call on those of you out there who are listening to become a part of this process of changing the world. It's good to listen. It's great to listen, but it's better to do. It's better to be a part of the process of changing the world as opposed to sitting on the sidelines. Because the problem with sitting on the sidelines is that when one of the sides win, you don't win with the side. So the thing is to get off the sidelines, get in the game, and let's change the world. Let's make a new kind of world. And I would call on those of you listening to become volunteers with Uhuru Radio. You have our email, dj@uhururadio.com. You can do that there. Or you can call us to do so. And we have so much to be done, from programming to stapling papers. There's all kind of work to be done, and you can do something. And if Uhuru Radio is not the thing that you can do, join the Uhuru movement, because the reality is, there is no future unless we make it, and so you have to be a part of making it. So that's it for Africa Live here on uhururadio.com.
Africa Live.
At home